what happens when we actually live what Shonagon taught, instead of just studying her. Tonight, scholars and communities are in the same room, generations side by side, and we are all asking the same question. How do we pay attention to what's right here, to each other, to this moment before it's gone? Her name was Sei Shonagon. She wrote the pillow book around year 1000, observation of court life filled with one particular word, okashi. Okashi is an aesthetic quality that sparks intellectual curiosity and interest. And modern scholars trying to translate it as intellectually charming or delightfully clever, compound adjective, because English has no equivalent. But okashi wasn't just an adjective. I argue it was a perceptual practice that trained you to find intellectual delight in mundane moments, like a linguistic flashlight. When crossing a river in bright moonlight, I love to see the water scatter in the showers of crystal under the oxen's feet. Light fluctuates through droplets. Physics becoming poetry. Now notice her verb choice. I love to see. Not I saw or I remember. She seeks this out, anticipates it, returns to it. This isn't memory, it's a practice. She is hunting for intellectual delight, hiding in plain sight. Which brings us to tonight. So once you have a lens for intellectual delight in the ordinary, you start catching it everywhere. Gardens, meals, conversations. Noticing becomes practice, and for young adults, habits worth building. For older adults, joy worth sustaining. For all of us, noticing together. Perfect okashi.
Over my years of teaching courses in Japanese literature, I had students write lists as a way of getting close to the text, but without a deep sense of what it could mean for one's mental health. And I now see that the act of imitating this text can help us pay attention to life as it is lived, moment to moment, because we forget that that's what life is. It's moment following moment. There's no life in conclusions. One interpretation of the reason for Sei Shonagon writing the pillow book was that she wanted to leave a record of her empress's court that would preserve its day-to-day glory in order to erase from posterity's memory its tragic end. She left this record for us of what it was like to be alive moment to moment in her time and to savor life that same way. And the openness of her work invites us to do the same.
Sei Shonagon, writing in the Heian period, no doubt also faced challenges and constraints. Still, her voice is strong, confident. She's apparently unfazed by the context of a male-dominated court society, and that apparent strength, wit, and unfettered sexuality has made Sei an inspiration for women and non-women readers and creators for 1,000 years.
And just past this summer, these 4 incredible women did exactly that, translating their sharp wit and profound observation into a living record of our community. And the clip you are about to watch is from our documentary film called Shonagon Now, we created last summer. And as you watch, I invite you to jot down one word or one image that strikes you as particularly elegant or honest. What if Shonagon were writing about our world today? The things that cannot be compared. What was she trying to convey?
I'm not sure how younger people perceive older women in our society.
All older women are painted with the same brush.
They don't see you. You're invisible. You suddenly are invisible.
Much like Shonagon's timeless writings, Our lives are a continuous act of authorship.
Gratitude is the most powerful thing. If I'm struggling with something, I write, and I'm usually able to get clarity. So writing is a wonderful tool for me.
The first poem I ever showed Allen Ginsberg, he said, "These are pretty highfalutin words." He said, "You know, Mary, what are you hiding? Let's just come out and say it. What's on your mind?"
I think there are still possibilities to communicate directly about life, or the essence of being alive. What does it mean to be alive? What makes it so priceless to be alive?
These 5 remarkable women are just few among us, and yet their narratives collectively speak of the profound richness of older women's lives. What quiet observations and reflections are shaping the story of your life?
I'm Mary, terrified.
I'm Susan, and I'm here.
And I'm Erlene, and I'm inspired.
I'm Zarina, out of comfort zone.
So the first questions for the panelists. Seishonagon had poet's eye for the mundane. After spending the last summer looking for elegant or hateful things, did you find yourself noticing beauty or funny frustration in a place you usually walk past without thinking, what was it?
Well, I guess since last summer and the questions were asked, I noticed that I encourage sit spots in the forest, and you stare at a little space. You notice the beautiful things you collected there that you normally just ignore, so it's kind of nice.
You know why I love these women? These are modern shonagon. Okay, so the question number 2. This can be more intimate than long stories. When you share your list with others, did it help you express something that is usually hard to put into words? Did you feel seen by your family or peers in a new way?
I mean, I've been writing lists for years, and it just keeps me grounded. But the thing about lists is it's like less is more. And I'm in a writing group, and we met yesterday, and one of the women wrote a poem that had 20 words in it, but it was a huge story, and it grabs your attention. Yeah, it's very, very powerful.
So, Shonagon was famously unapologetic. Did this project give you permission to be more honest about your true likes and dislikes?
Sometimes I've been told, don't tell me what you think, because I think I do that too readily, maybe sometimes. But I think answering these questions was a really interesting experience for me, because I didn't allow myself to think very fast or very long. I just wrote.
If someone finds your pillow book 100 years from now, what is the one specific observation you hope so she can truly understand the texture of your life today?
I hope I keep journals and diaries voluminously, and I hope that when they're found, that someone finds what I've written about Keiko Honda and how she has changed my life and has so much meaning to me.
I think looking at all of the ones in our little booklet, I think we would be seen as people that are of the modern day in a way, and probably a little bit of mystery around, because there is a fair bit of variety in the way we all answered.
Yeah, I just wanted to say too that, there's lots of diversity, but there's so much similarities. And I believe that there's so many similarities from what we're feeling and writing about now and to what she went through too. And there's even similarities in a lot of the values.
Oh, I think for me, I've tried to be an open space for new thought, new experiences, new events. And I was struck with Mary, you're saying this thing about everybody, and I think everybody is such a huge concept, and I love that concept, and increasing my interaction with everybody is really important to me.
Tonight has shown us that literature does not remain quietly on the page. It gathers voices, sparks connections, and becomes something shared and alive. And by the reflections and creativity shared so generously across generations and communities.
We began tonight by asking, how do we pay attention to what's right here before it's gone? And here we are, still here, not yet gone. Shonago knew attention is how we stay alive. We do need people who notice patterns in nature, in the community, and who love enough to protect both. And tonight, we examine one way of looking or seeing, and your background will bring others, and that's how we survive and bring wisdom forward.